Hi DGMC, it's me, Jacob Wooden, and I'm joined by my husband,
Jerome Cibolo.
We're really excited to be with you or have you be with us today. I know so many of you are going to watch this video. Basically, we know that we have been making boxes for the Soul Box project to honor those who have lost their lives to gun violence and to be part of this art project to kind of show how many people die each year for gun violence. We can't be doing that at rehearsal anymore because rehearsal's not happening, but this is a terrific thing for you guys to be doing at home, making these boxes. I know Jerome and I are going to keep making a lot more, so we wanted to kind of make this video to walk you through the process of doing it. You're going to need paper, and you're going to need time, and hopefully you guys have that in your houses. So to start, you need a white paper for the bottom. The bottoms are white in this project. And you're going to cut the paper into an 8.5 by 8.5 square. We already did that here. They were 8.5 by 11, we just cut off the side to make them 8.5 by 8.5. You're going to need a colored paper for the top. We have that here, where we also cut into 8.5 by 8.5 squares. Once you have that, you're ready to get folding.
Let's get folding!
So here we are getting ready to fold. Jerome is gonna fold for us because he has skills. I have less skills, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter as long as we end up with a box. We're gonna start with our square paper, and we're gonna start with something we can use to press those creases in. A credit card works fine. If you happen to have a credit card looking bottle opener that you stole from a hotel, that works as well. Whatever you're using, something just press those creases flat. First things first, you take the paper and we're going to fold it in half, top to bottom. Use your fingers, that works too, whatever works for you. Just get those creases nice and pressed. You're gonna open the paper, and you're now gonna fold it left to right, again in half. Jerome is doing a great job of lining up the edges. You don't have to be perfect, but as close as you can is great. The more exact you are here, the more crisp the box will be and the more likely it will be to all hold together. Great, so next thing is to open it all up. We are now going to flip the paper over entirely. It doesn't matter which way you go, left, right, top to bottom, as long as you flipped it over. Now that we're here, we are going to fold each of the four corners into the middle part. I want to point out that middle part. Jerome's going to fold each of the corners in. There's corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4. Terrific. Now you rotate the paper so you're looking at it like a square again. So you have kind of 4 triangles, top, bottom, left, and right. First things first, you take the top and you fold it down to the middle. Just right in to that middle part. Just lining up the edges to make sure it's square, pressing that fold in. We'll then do the same thing from the bottom to the middle. And now we're going to open it back up. So first to the square, and then after this we actually fold the top up entirely, and the same thing to the bottom. We're then going to take the 2 sides and fold them into the middle, starting with the right. Fold it right over to that middle point. Lining up all the lines as best you can, make sure you're keeping things square. Pressing on the creases. Doing the same thing from the left to the center. Now you open it, and we're actually ready to finish the box. So keeping the left and right kind of bent, you now fold in the top, and by pressing those two panels together, you can see what Jerome's doing there, pressing those things in, and then folding that flap over and into the middle of the box. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. Jerome rotated it. I think it's 180 degrees, math is hard. And he's going to press on the sides, fold that flap into the middle. And now we have completed one bottom. A beautiful bottom of the box. Next, we do a very similar thing to make a top. We start with our colored paper, and we start with the side that you want to be visible up. So we're going to use the shiny purple, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the other one. We start by folding it in half, top to bottom. We open it back up. And we fold left to right. We open it up and we flip the paper over. From here we're going to take each of the four corners and fold them to the center. So corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4. The next thing, Jerome's going to push on all these creases to make sure it stays folded. And then we're going to repeat the same steps we used on the other on the bottom. We're going to do that on the top. We're going to take the top of this paper and fold it to the center, but we're not going to bring it all the way to the center this time. We're going to leave a centimeter or so, enough space away from the center to make sure that this top is bigger than the bottom, because the top needs to fit over the bottom in these boxes. And then we're doing the same thing from the bottom to the center. But not quite the center, because we don't want it to be a tight top. We need it to be slightly bigger again. We then open it up, and we open up the top and the bottom. And we're going to fold from the right almost to the center, but not quite. Lining up all the lines as best we can to keep it square. We're going to fold from the left to the center, but not quite to the center. And the final step is to hold open our right and left sides, slightly fold in the top by pushing on those two side flaps, and folding that top flap over into the middle of the box. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Now we have one completed top. Now we should be able to put this top right on top of that bottom. Because these boxes are going to be shipped and generally transported and have a tendency to possibly crumple up, we want to make sure that we stuff them with something to give them a little more heft, a little more definition. Just find any paper you have around the house, say an advertisement for high-intensity Pilates from 2018, and you're going to fold it any way that you'd like to kind of put it in the box, or you can just crumple it up, give it lots of space as best you can. Just gonna put it inside the bottom. And then stick that top right on top again. So there you have it. That's how you make one of these soul boxes. If you have more time, you have more paper, you start again. So keep going, make lots of boxes. If you feel like it, you can cut out a heart and you can write the name of someone you know or someone who's close to you who has lost their life to gun violence or been a victim of gun violence and include it in the box. It's a great way to personalize the boxes to you. We will definitely let you know once we know what to do with the boxes. We hope to get them from you and be able to ship them off soon. So thanks so much for participating. I hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Top and bottom jokes.
I can see that, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, no, not really, because they really want the tops to be colored to be interesting. Like that was the instructions.
Sometimes you can switch out the tops.